Snap. Y'all, we going live in a minute. Hey, y'all, what's going on? How everybody doing? Let me see if I can put my camera on. It's a family reunion. Who we introducing?
Hello. Hey. We get a little bit of that on this. I got it. That's a little bit of that.
How y'all doing?
Awesome. How you doing?
Amazing.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Feeling excellent. Let me see now.
Hello. Hey. A little bit of that on this. I got it. That's a little bit of that.
How y'all doing?
Awesome. How you doing?
Amazing.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
What's up, beautiful people?
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right, that's excellent. But check it out. We on live. Hey y'all, what's going on, everybody in the YouTube family? We got people watching.
I got it. Okay, that's straight.
Can y'all hear me good?
Yes, sir.
All right, because I'm trying to figure out, like, y'all ain't saying nothing. Everybody just quiet.
You gotta go around. Yeah, all the way.
All right, y'all. So listen, I wish I would have had an opportunity to vet y'all before I went live. We're actually on YouTube right now as we speak.
Oh my God.
So people are watching from YouTube right now as we
What's up, y'all?
It's a family reunion. We
I can't see the chat. Thank you. Is there some more ice in there? This shit ain't hot. It's hot.
What you drinking?
Who asked that?
I got some Stoli.
Oh, okay.
Who got some Stoli?
This that hood shit. I don't know about y'all.
That's that Detroit. Let me put my coat on because Beyonce done seen this coat, so I'm gonna go put my coat on just in case Beyonce watch this.
I saw you, sis. That's what's up.
Just in case Beyonce might watch this. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
That's what's up, Troya. That's what's up.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Where you at?
That's awesome.
I want to first and foremost say, Troya, that your skills, what I've seen is unmatched.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Beyonce have no choice but to like your album.
I appreciate that.
That's right.
It's crazy.
Hey.
Everybody up there is famous.
Yeah, and you too. I wish
So are you.
Yeah. Eon told me I was famous, so.
Yeah.
I'm so geeked up. I'm talking about I'm geeked up.
Geeked up?
I'm so geeked. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Wow, we got more and more people just joining in. This is
Dr.
a
G?
beautiful moment. All right, so we got on this live, this is I would say a reunion of souls who've experienced their quantum healing session. As you know, there are some amazing and marvelous healers that are traveling around the United States of America, performing quantum healing and past life sessions. If y'all don't know, I guess who's watching, we start off with a training of 22 persons and ended up with just 4. And these 4 have traveled all the way throughout the whole United States, from East Coast, from West Coast to East Coast, the North to South. Not because, it's profitable for them, but for the fact that they love that they're on their mission and they're here doing it to the point where they're investing their whole selves into it. And some of the people who are here watching, who are on this live, on this Zoom, are participants of those experiences. What we're gonna get is some of their recall of their sessions and, like a little family reunion. Because most of the times we don't get a chance to highlight how the people lives are transformed or how it has changed energetically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And to some people, even I would say socially. But tonight we're gonna make this a trend. As you know, I haven't really got a chance to do it because I have been doing so many different stuff, but I'm just so happy that I have souls like EI, Eternal, Phoenix, and Ray to continue on the mission that I was unfortunately not able to do in the United States. Doesn't mean that some sessions weren't being done, just that they took the reins. They are, and I'm very, very proud of each one of them, very, very proud. They went from doing only practice to basically forging their own quantum healing session, where they made it into their session. It's beautiful to watch, beautiful experience. And I don't want to rob everybody else from expressing what they experienced from their session. But I also know that the tour isn't exactly finished. There are some states that they still have to go to. Detroit being one of them, Chicago being one of them, and Indiana being one of those. Minneapolis. So, we just hope that on this tour, who can fit in their session to get their session done, I would suggest you do so, because these people are going different places. They're going to Africa, they're going to the Caribbean, they're going to Europe. So it's I would say this is the time to grab onto these amazing healers. And I was just on the back burner, just watching them every session, every other session. And it's just, I feel like a proud father, if you want to say that. Just, it all starts with me, but it doesn't end with me, and end with these amazing souls. And some of you I see are going to continue on the trend as well, continuing on to either, doing the sessions or passing it on to your family, your friends, associates. I really want to just add and have my healers take the reins on this conversation, as me being the starter. That's all I like to say, the starter of this whole movement. But I want to say this before I end this conversation. Justin, Spencer, can you mute your mic, please?
Save her, baby. She's already saved. She's okay. Superhero.
All right, I have to mute it. So I want to say that these sessions are not just for self. Believe it or not, they're more so for the collective. Because the more persons that are awakened and understand that they are more than just their physical body, or even their experience as a whole, the more persons do stuff like this, the more the collective consciousness, expands. That also includes your children, your children's children. what we're doing is we're setting a trend in the African, I should say the Black community, the spiritual Black community, because these things were going on in the so-called white community for a very long time. We're just catching up. But we're catching up and we're surpassing. We're doing things that they wouldn't even think about doing. You know, we're doing amazing stuff. And I say we, I mean me as being a Black man in this lifetime. And we're creating a paradigm where our children will know that they could talk about past lives as if it was, you know, something like arithmetic or mathematics or algebra. We're setting a trend so people could talk about astrology, numerology, anything that deals with self-discovery as if it's a natural thing. So it may seem like a small thing now, and the amount of people that we've affected may, you know, according to my healers and myself, over 12,000 going on to 13,000 people, if you really add the maths, it's going to expand to 100,000, 200,000, even to 2 million. But the more we know about who we are, the more wiser we become as a unit, the more powerful we become. Sorry, just making sure because my Wi-Fi be going in and out. All right, the more powerful we become as a community. All right, I want to say also that as leaders in this this field, as people, Black people who are just coming out of religiosity or Christianity or Judaism or whatever the religion that you're born in, if we could just wash completely all of the residue of those traditions and look at these leaders as more than just a religious figure, the information, the experience can be easily swallowed. These people are not priests. They are not, to the extent how you think, they are not religious in a sense, but they are completely spiritual. And spiritual means integrating your higher self with your lower self, or what you want to call your ego with your soul. And though we all may not be perfect in everybody's eyesight, we are completely perfect, perfectly us, or perfectly me, or perfectly you. And the more we understand it, the more we learn how to love unconditionally and to receive the things that we need to receive. I suggest that every single soul that have done a quantum healing or past life session, take their experience and double the effect, share it, experience it, but mostly don't settle for the start. You see, one quantum healing session is just the beginning. It's not the end. Right? Because you've lived many lifetimes. And to those that you were asleep, you may have, you know, acquired, or I should say, incurred karma, to which only that one quantum healing session would have addressed. But there may be more, because you are a multidimensional being. You are not limited to one or two past lives. And because we're in a paradigm of understanding that we are, this is the moment that you should take that opportunity and book your session. You know, it is not expensive at all. As a matter of fact, what you get for the value that it is far more than you're paying for. I will also say this too as well. You know, those healers that you see have sacrificed their time and energy. Don't just do this for the money. They love every single one of y'all. And you could hear it when they do their session. You could feel it from their heart. It isn't about the money, it's about the passion. We're all here on a mission. And every single one of y'all who are actually on this live are a part of that. You are a part of that expansion. And I am truly grateful for you taking up that mantle and saying, I'm a part of this growth. So first and foremost, just give yourself a big old round of applause, because I'm proud of every single one of y'all, you know. All right, so I see we have some really awesome people here. Let's, so yeah, we're gonna start off with you. So who you brought to the party today?
Oh my God, you set me up. I did not know I was gonna have to go first. But it's all good in the neighborhood. Let me see who I got up in here. I mean, all these my people shit. So I mean, but I'm gonna go ahead and call our people out. People I did the sessions with. Let me see, God damn it. I don't know who on here I see a couple people without your cameras on. If you can, please turn your cameras on. Please, please, please. I know I got Justin Spencer. What's up, Justin? Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers on the call. Justin, that's my homeboy. I got Deidre. Love.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that. Happy for that Father's Day. Still celebrating. Got the little one right here. We out here just, celebrating Juneteenth as well. Keeping the love and that spirit going. So I'm not sure. I might have missed if you were asking me to go ahead and share.
No, not yet. We just introduced the people.
Okay, look at Justin. I know that's right. Be ready, Justin.
Well,
I love you. Okay, I do have Deidre, Love. That's my sis. Deidre, you're all the way in St. Martin. Is that right, boo boo?
That's right, honey. I'm all the way in St. Martin. Good night, everyone. Hi.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Good.
That's
Good.
an Miguel. Okay. All right. So who else I got? Let me see who else I did a session with. I have Stephanie in her beautiful business. I see her son. Hey, little Stephanie.
You know, they're attached. You can't do nothing with a gym in your house, you know.
Right. Oh my God, I'm gonna want you to share about that too. You have to. That's so amazing. I cannot wait to learn about what you do. So incredible.
All
And
right.
then let me go. I got Troy in the build. You got a celebrity. We got royalty.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Straight up royalty in the build. Her highness. Okay. Let me see. And then last but not least, and we all did this one. You know, this is super powerful right here. Dr. G in the building.
All right, Dr. G.
Wyndham and Bonner, we all did hers together, our last regression.
All right. So Phoenix, where's Phoenix at? She gone? I guess her internet is going in and out. Ray, how you doing, Ray?
Hey, doing well.
That's good. That's good. So, who you got on this call?
Ooh, let me look. It's hard to look on your phone. You got to scroll by.
So,
Let me see.
yeah, you're right. So let me call some names. We got
Felicia Glover.
Oh, Keisha. All right, Miss Glover.
Hello.
How you
Better
doing?
known as Steve. And then we have Sade Finch.
Hey, what's going on, Miss Finch?
We have Ashley. I forget Ashley's last name, but we have Ashley.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Ashley, how you doing?
Good.
And we have Cam.
Peace,
Hey,
everyone. Hey.
All right. Where's Phoenix at?
There's somebody on here. I don't know who it is. It just says iPhone. And then they don't have their camera on.
Yeah.
I think that's everybody that I have.
All right. Where's the Phoenix at? Where's she at? She was here earlier. But either which way, you know, and now we also have Eternal Sunshine here. Eternal, who are you that your Reiki with?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody.
You
Hey,
like? All right. So I see Justin's here. Who Justin? Not the other Justin. We got two Justins here.
I think he's for Phoenix.
Oh, well, introduce yourself, Justin. Phoenix, she's having a little malfunction with the Wi-Fi, so can you unmute?
Oh, that was, yeah, okay.
You want to unmute your phone? Can you hear us?
He's on mute.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to unmute it. Oh gosh, he's gone. Anyway, so what I want to say is
I'm here for Phoenix as well.
Who's that? We see iPhone.
I'm sorry, it's Sherelle Robinson.
Hey, how you doing, Sherelle Robinson?
I'm wonderful.
Excellent.
And I'm here for Phoenix as well. Good evening, everyone.
And that's Jerry?
Yes, sir.
All right, who we missed out? Did we miss out anybody?
Samande, I was with Phoenix as well.
Where's Samande at? Where you at?
Pinky the Boss.
Hey, Samande.
Hey, Astro.
Okay. I was wondering who that was. Hey.
Hey.
All right, so I want to get some highlight reels. So since I start off with I want you to tell me. There's Phoenix. She's coming in right now. I wish I could cut on the camera so we'd be able to see him. Okay. All right. She's joining in right now. Okay, so question.
I'm back.
Ia? Can you hear me, Ia?
Yeah.
All right. So now I know you had some amazing sessions this whole season, this whole quantum healing tour. But I want you to tell me what stood out to you from your experience on doing these sessions.
Well, what stood out to me is, you just never know what's going to happen in a session. You don't know if it's going to be a past life part of their current life. You don't know if it's going to be just a past life, or you don't know if it's going to be a channeled message. Like there have been different types of sessions, and you taught us that in training, and you told us, to just be prepared because anything can happen. So a lot of times getting into our sessions, we're of course setting intention for them to go into a past life, but when spirit take over, here you are talking to an entity from the 8th dimension. That ain't talking about no life. They're just talking about who they are and what they want to happen here in this dimension. And it's like, oh, okay, we'll take over. So I think that was one of the biggest things to me, just that, you just really had to trust and just follow spirit. So it's just been a really supernatural experience to me, just being able to have all these different variations and still the same powerful healing in the end. So, yeah.
That's beautiful. Ray, what about your experience? What would you say was the highlight for yours?
I would say the highlight to mine would be how much lighter their souls are when they get out of their session. When they wake up, you say eyes wide awake. I always ask them, how do they feel? As soon as I say eyes wide awake, I say, how do you feel? And 9 times out of 10, they say lighter. And you could just see in their aura, they're just so much brighter and they just feel so amazing.
Yeah, that's one of the first things that you normally notice is, and they'd be like, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulder. That's how it normally feels. And what about when you're doing the Reiki session, Eternal? What is your highlight for you? What was the highlight of that?
For me, first highlight was meeting everybody in person, because when I started my journey, I was doing everything distance. So for me, that was the very first big thing for me. Secondly, the way that the sessions started to transform into more than just a regular hands-on Reiki session, I think it was beautiful. Of course, it was all led by spirit, the way that things began to evolve and the additional things that were added into the sessions. Although I had to go back to doing everything distance because of coming home, I think that everything evolved beautifully. I enjoyed meeting everybody. I just had a good time.
That's beautiful. All right, I really want to get some of this testimony from most of these people who are doing it on this live. Let me start off with Staffy G.
How did I know? How you
You
doing?
know why? Because you are activated, amplified, and awake. That's how you know.
We got a tag team going on, y'all. I've been blessed to have both EI and Astro. I'm an annual client.
You know, you understand what I'm saying. So, what was your session with EI? How would it go? How did it go?
Oh, it was great. And just for those watching, I know some people were very nervous when you announced that there's going to be a new team. Let me tell you something. Everybody could hold their own, okay? There was nothing missed. She was amazing. Amazing energy. She made me feel so comfortable. And, she kind of tricked me into it because I already know me. I was failing them tests. In my mind, as always, but I do that. I know that of myself, but once I get into it, I know I'm gonna go there. And she was patient, she was calm, she guided me through. I was able to release because she was nosy like I like. Who's that spirit? What's that energy? What's going on? Wait, back up. We need to go back to this. Yes, I can relax because you thinking like me. Yes. So it was wonderful. Like she was able to, being that I listened and did what I was supposed to do from my previous session last year. So it's important. This annual thing it all leads up. It's all adding up to something. So being that I did what I was supposed to do from my first session, when my panel was yelling at me because I wasn't listening, when I listened, it opened up more things, more gifts for me this time. And through communication, I even was able to bless her with some communication. That was one of my gifts, that I receive information. I'm always learning about something, knowing new things, and I'll just know something that is for someone else. And I had something for her. She was searching. I'm like, wait, I know that. I already have that. So, we were using those gifts. It was beautiful. She walked me through everything. She took her time. She did not rush me. She didn't make me feel any kind of way. She got down. I was even able to speak to my sister who has transitioned. She came through. She allowed her to send her message. It was amazing. And I'll see you again next year. Whoever is on the tour, whoever soul comes my way, I am with it. It was amazing.
I would say that, you know how phones get upgraded every 6-7 months to a year. They'd be like, upgrade. I feel as if, your soul needs an upgrade. It needs a revamping, removing certain things. And so you doing it annually is actually it's supposed to be the method, the plan, how it's supposed to be. You're investing in your soul. Most people like to invest in their physical body. They want to get some hair. They spend $380 on some 40-inch wigs, or you know what I mean, or some $30 on some makeup. They spend money on their physical body, but not their soul. And that's the height of it. Getting
That's
into
right. It's worth it. The experience itself is worth it. I was able to get some family members to come aboard this time because I showed them my video from last time, and just to have the experience, because it's one thing to explain what you're going through, and then now they got to see. I told them, hey, this is what they said. They got to see what was said to me, what I experienced, and once I removed that blockage, all the blessings came down. It was like immediate, to the fact that now I was able to get even more gifts. It opened up even more to me. And so every year I'm just keep going, keep doing, keep persevering and doing what I need to do. It's something for sure annually that should be done.
Excellent. Well, I thank you for that. Appreciate that testimony. I want to get some a little bit of a male energy inside there. Not Justin. I want Justin, the one with the amazing beard. Not Justin Spencer, the other Justin. I want to hear from you, buddy. I'm doing good. Yourself?
Oh, blessed, man. Blessed. It's an honor to be here, man.
All right. So who was your practitioner? Who did you do your session with?
I had Phoenix. Phoenix was amazing. Definitely opened a lot of things for me and lifted a lot of weight off my shoulders. And I've been told I had an ego death. So experiencing that, it was a blessing, for the least to say. But
where you from? Where do you live?
I live in Texas. I'm from upstate New York.
Oh, where did you do your session?
In Atlanta. Went to Atlanta with my wife and her sister.
Oh, wait. All three of y'all did the session?
All three of us, yes.
Wow. And all three. Who did the wife?
Me.
Oh, excellent. All right. You brought the whole family. Did everybody get a chance to release their the control and just allow for their subconscious mind to take reign?
Absolutely. I was actually really nervous and really scared to go in at first. Because I'm being a lot more spiritual. I've been spiritual for a little bit now, and meeting my wife, that gateway to meeting all of you guys, and it's just been a blessing.
All right, that's excellent. It's always good when we had a few families who brought their moms, their grandmas, their uncles, their cousins, and I thought it was one of the most beautiful things to bring your family.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my hat's off to you and your family. I think I know that it's an amazing step, for everybody to grow. If you could do it with your wife, your woman, and y'all are expanding, I would call it equally yoked. You know what the Bible used to say, equally. I say that's what really true equally yoked being is. Both to be growing and expanding in that spiritual way. And what would you say to the people who will be using Phoenix for their session? What would you say to them?
That's a beautiful question, man. One of the things that I've learned from Phoenix is it's okay to be nervous and not really knowing. And all the answers that you are looking for, they will be presented to you. And I was blessed to have that opportunity and be able to have all that weight lifted off my shoulders and learn a lot of things from Phoenix because of that.
All right, Phoenix, there you go. We've been getting a lot of really, awesome.
She's amazing. She's a blessing.
Wow. Phoenix, how does it feel to have somebody on live really talking about it, about you and the way you progress with your session and what have you? How does it feel to have somebody speak about you to your face about stuff like that?
It's definitely a grounding experience for me. I won't say humble because words are suggestive, but Justin, you did an amazing job in your session. I commend you and congratulate you on taking the step to get your quantum healing and being successful at it and using the tools that were given to you in your life now. But I just want to say that it was definitely a grounding experience. Every person that I have met along the way. It's just an extension of myself. So I'm just looking at it all as that, and I'm taking it all in, and I'm just so happy to continue to meet parts of myself along this journey and people that are part of the tribe and part of the whole, and are interested in allowing me to assist you. So with that being said, it's been an amazing ride.
Beautiful, beautiful. That was truly beautiful. Well, first and foremost, Justin, when you went to your past life, what were you in that past life? What lifetime did you go to?
The year was 1753. I discovered that I was actually a Black woman, had some beautiful hair. My wife, she actually was my husband at that time. And kind of give a little bit of a backstory and kind of what entwines with my quantum healing. When I had my quantum healing, I found out that my daughter that I have now, which I actually had a premonition roughly like 3-4 years before I met my wife. I had this premonition telling me that I was gonna have a child with disabilities, and that I was actually gonna be with a Black woman. And when I had my quantum healing, I feel like the reason why I knew or had this premonition was when I did my quantum healing, my daughter that we have now with the special needs was actually my child that I had in my past life.
Wow. Wow. Does it feel that way in this lifetime now? Do you feel like the same connection?
Oh, the connection after having my quantum healing and just verifying everything, it's been so much stronger. Like that connection, that bond with me and my wife and our kid, it's just so much stronger. It's been a blessing, least to say.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I want to say thank you for sharing that with us. Truly appreciate that, and thank you I would thank you for the collective of allowing your family to also go through that healing. The world is a better place because it's going to be even much more with people like you. And once we have more persons like that, it's going to be an amazing place. And thanks again. And Ms. Glover, I gotta ask you. So
yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Look, I want you to interview me, but I have some stuff to tell you from.
Go ahead, man. Tell me. Go ahead. Tell me some stuff.
Okay. So first of all, I came with my sister and my niece who came with me to Dallas when we did the full moon ceremony, right? So all three of us did our quantum healings together. It was absolutely beautiful. So Phoenix did theirs, and Ina and I did mine, and it was awesome. So, and I understand why all three of us are so close and on this journey together, because my sister and I have lived every lifetime together, and my niece was my younger sister in the past life that that I went into. So that was amazing, amazing, amazing. Then I told my client about it, because I'm a life coach. So I told my client about it, and I said, they're in Houston. I think they have openings. She was like, Fee, I can't wait for them to come to Chicago, because she lives in Chicago. She said, I have to have it now. I said, all right, girl, let's see what we can do. She flew in, booked her, and she had her session with Phoenix. Now, let me tell you about this, because she was a little nervous, so she wanted me to be there. Since we've done that, I've been able to, even like during our sessions, we'll talk about some things and she'll say some things, and I'll guide her through some stuff, and I'll say, but wait a minute, remember during your quantum healing session, this is what happened. And so because I was there, I'm like able to, like, our coaching sessions are like, they're out there.
Right.
So yeah. Wow. And one of my other clients, she's waiting for you all to come to Chicago because she's already booked her session. And I have another one. I'm on top of her. We're going to get her together by the time you all get to Chicago if you're not booked. But yeah.
Get them all. Get them all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then next tour, y'all come on, because wherever you are in Texas, unless you go to El Paso, I don't know if I'm driving 12 hours, but if you're in Texas, I'll be there to get my second quantum healing.
All right. All
Hey,
right.
Eternal, I see you over there smiling, being quiet.
All right. I want to talk about, also we're gonna get into the Reiki right after I get into the sessions. I want DJ. I want you to share your experience with us, please.
Hey, DJ.
Yes, DJ.
Yes. Good night again, everyone. My experience, it was amazing. I was a little nervous. I had some control issues. I remember going through the whole session. I was shaking the whole time. And my session was with Ia, by the way. And Ia she was really good. She was comforting. She was reassuring. She was really good. That was my second quantum healing. My first one was with you, Astro, and that was last year. I'm gonna be getting one done every year. So this year's with Ia. It was really amazing. It was really amazing. My session was a channel message. When I got the spirit world, they just took over. It was something else. I just was channeling the whole time through. I was just talking. My mouth was just going. My mouth was just going. I even spoke different languages. I can't even remember everything that was. What
language did you speak?
I think it was the language of the gods. I think it was. It was sound. It was sound more than words. So it was amazing. It was crazy. It started off with long sounds, and then it came to short sounds and like clicks only. So
I know the language very, very well.
Yeah, so that's what happened during my session. I mean, yeah, it was amazing. It was great.
You know what, I can say this, I always tell people, and this is a phrase I always say, that the truth is much stranger than fiction. We look at these things, we see them on television, we say to ourselves, what the hell is going on? Until you're in that chair and you're being used as a conduit for a channel information, and you sit back and you're watching yourself, listening to this person talk through you, and it's like, is that what they're saying? And you're watching as if you're watching from a movie of yourself. It's just an amazing feeling, and I know how it feels to be used as an information channel. So yeah. I sort of understand what you were going through.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I channeled messages before because I do readings as well. I channeled messages before, but this one was heavy. I was hearing it at the same time as I was speaking it. It was crazy. And while I was hearing it, it was like a loud voice, like God speaking, like very heavy, profound, like the words were profound. And then I was speaking at the same time. So it was double, because I'm clairaudient too. So it was double effect. It was really, really powerful. It was really powerful.
That's beautiful.
But shout out to Ia. She was really comforting, really good. She was like, okay.
I just praise God we survived. Because let me tell you something. She got to going, baby. I grabbed that Florida water so quick. I said, give me a second. Yeah. Goddamn second there. I didn't expect this. But I'm ready. I grabbed that. Going, and the message was so powerful. Like, it was so much love, dear. It was so much love. Like, you just kept, and then it was like not just one entity. It was many, because you were switching between like different voices and everything. So it was a lot. So I let you go and I let you flow, and then when I seen you kind of just like losing your energy, that's when I'm like, okay, Florida water time. You know what I mean? So it was beautiful. I'm grateful that I was there for the experience. Like, I feel like I just had a front row seat to something that was just being brought into this dimension. So I'm grateful for you. Thank you so much. Definitely beautiful.
Yeah, I remember the Florida water, and like calming me down. And I remember just saying, yeah, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You were doing a great job. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Nice. Well, that's a good testimony. I wish I was a fly on the wall. I would have been right there, like, wow. Yeah, no, I'm very animated. So if I'm watching that, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, you definitely would have been close. That was crazy. It was good. It was a good session though.
I appreciate that. What would you say, Cameron? Cameron, how you doing?
Hey.
You're up next. And then where's Sade? Okay, Sade. So Cameron, tell me, who was your practitioner?
I had Goddess Inanna.
All right. So first and foremost, I want you to tell me, give me a review of, not a review, but tell me about your session with Inanna, with Goddess Inanna.
So my session was amazing. I actually brought my newborn to my session. So it was really interesting, trying to get to a point to like where I could get relaxed and different things like that. And my baby like went right with everything. So it was really beautiful that I don't know if anybody else has done that, but I'm over here breastfeeding in the meditation. But the session was amazing. I definitely got some really deep messages and healing from my past life regression. And even for current, when we're talking about spiritual gifts and what I'm here to do, part of my purpose, it kind of refined it, more specific, which was something that I was asking myself about within the past few months. So it was good that, she was part of my guidance to lead me to the place of answering the questions that I wanted to be answered. And also showing how in my lifetime, I'm very highly attached with children, and I'm really understanding why based off my past life. And even the characters of, like the energies that are around me now and the most important people that's been in my life and how they have manifested in the different relationships in my past. And I thought that was really good to see and kind of like think about and review, like, okay, well, what did that mean then? And how can I maximize this in this lifetime now? And I believe that my past life, the one that we tapped into, was the one right before this life here. So, and it was pretty deep. So it was really nice.
Now you can't just give us you got to give us a little sneak peek. So what was that past life was like? What were you in that lifetime and what happened?
Okay, so it was like 1960s. My name was Mary in that past lifetime. I was black woman, and I had 3 children. I used to be a caretaker for a white family, and used to watch their children, their child. And I had found out the child that I was keeping was being sexually abused. And I couldn't use my voice to speak up in that lifetime to do anything about it. So basically there was a sense of like me battling myself on what can I do for the child. And I just stayed and just cared for the child up until a certain point. And I died a few years later. It was like heart problems and different things like that. So in this lifetime, I have 5 children of my own. And I'm very protective. I teach homeschool. I actually made like a spiritual based homeschool. So I teach my children Reiki and healing crystal, all of that. So it's really interesting, like as far as like activism for children and being conscious and protective over children, and how it's kind of resolving some of the issues that I didn't get to do within my past life, like speaking up and using my voice and teaching others. And, so I thought that was really, it was a heavy life, like it was, I know I could tell my type of personality and the children I did have was very hard, like a hardened state, and how compassionate I am in this lifetime, it seems like that I'm definitely moving to resolve and heal some of the karma from their life.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Inanna, Ray, what would you say is the highlight of a session for you?
The highlight of her session, boy, it was a deep session. I mean, I don't know. The highlight was the baby. The baby was so cool, man. She was laying there. She was doing little hand mudras. She was just chilling in the cut.
All right.
And that baby I had on Mother's Day, by the way, too. So it's that mother energy is there.
Oh wow! Well, congratulations.
No, it was a great session though. All jokes aside, it was real deep, but very profound for her. Like she said, she realized a lot of things, that she's going through in this life that are connected to past lives and things like that. So, but yeah, it was a great session.
All right. Thank you for sharing that with us. I want to get the shot to Sade. Miss Finch. You had this very romantic background setting in the background. It looks like you're on a dinner date.
Oh, look at that.
Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So I have to start out first, about my session before it even started. So I found out about you, Astro, through Crystal's session. So Crystal Alkaline Doula. And I was like, well, if she can trust him and his team, then I can trust, them. So basically what happened was I was supposed to have my session February 22nd, 2022. That date is very important to me. I have a lot of things that occurred to me on that day. So that's the date I chose. And it was in my city. So I was like, oh, that's even better. I don't have to travel anywhere. So then it was my session, I guess not enough people in Kansas City booked. So it had to be canceled. And so for me, I hate doing last minute things. So when I was told oh my God, I was like, I can't do it, and my sister was also gonna go with me as well to get her session. So she was like, girl, I know you don't want to do it because you don't never do nothing last minute. You hate when it's not meticulously planned. And now look what you're gonna do. So I thought about it and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have to do it. So we ended up getting a rental car last minute and we drove down there. And mind you, again, I have control issues. So the whole time I'm thinking, oh my God, this is just not gonna work. I'm having to drive because I don't trust her driving and I'm not used to driving. So the whole time, y'all, I'm serious, in the sky to the left of me, there was this bright light. And it just never stopped following me. I woke her up do you see this or am I tripping? There was this huge bright light in the sky that just followed me all the way there. And I think that was confirmation of reassuring me to get out of my head, to just relax and it was gonna be okay. Whatever this was gonna lead us to was gonna lead us to. So that was just the crazy journey, ahead of the time. So we get to the session. And I'm still kind of nervous because I'm still oh God, I don't trust nobody. I don't know what to do. And mind you, I've never seen Goddess Inanna in person. I can't tell her height or nothing. So it's just I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm scared. So when she comes around the corner, I see this itty bitty person and I'm like, oh my God, her energy was just mommy energy, goddess energy, just everything in one. And then, so I was like, okay, I'm okay. So we do the aura reading and we do all of that. And I'm still nervous. We do the little bird sounds. And so I'm thinking to myself, this is never going to work. I'm never going to be able to do this session because I don't know. This is just, I don't know. And so she, does her thing. I get on the bed and, then her talking to me and kind of coaching me into just being relaxed and being okay. And her energy, I was able to let go. But most of the time in the session, I was feeling am I making this stuff up? I felt I was, because I wasn't most of the time I didn't see it. I just knew it and I felt it.
Right.
Right.
So that's how it is most of the time. Sorry to cut you off. So the right brain is very much knowledgeable. It's your soul. So, you know, and the right brain, if it sense any kind of doubt, the left brain activity of questioning and analyzing, you're not able to see anything at all, because you're basically taking away from the right brain experience. And doubt, belief, or faith do not live in the same house. So once you have any kind of doubt, questioning, analyzing, all the imagery, it just fades. Now, it doesn't show. Now the information shows up in your brain because your right brain or your soul knows the answer, so it's going to automatically come. It's going to come, and once you believe it, then the imagery plays in your mind.
Yeah. So but I think what helped me is the hemi sync. So I was doing that every single day, and because I knew I needed to, I was like, I don't care what nobody else thinks. I don't care. I'm just gonna keep listening to it. So during her session, I kind of started picking up on those hurts. Like I started, even though she wasn't playing it, something was telling me like, go back to that moment when you let go and you were calm. So I kept picking that up, and then I would hear her tell me, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay. So long story short, I ended up being like this African-American man that that I described it, that kind of remind me like Chicken George, like this slave, dirty looking man. But the problem is, this was in the 80s. So it wasn't like back in the day. It was in the 80s. And I was married to my grandmother now, who she looked like Cicely Tyson. So it was just all crazy stuff to me. And so the most compelling thing to me was at the end when we, ascend and you go to the council. The guy that I had was Satan. So I was like, okay, and he wasn't angry, or I won't even say but Satan wasn't angry. I didn't feel scared. I felt like I knew Satan. Like, I know this is strange, but I felt like I knew Satan and that there was nothing I had to worry about. But it was very like, the energy from Satan was very overpowering. And I had aliens and all kinds of stuff, Lance Armstrong. I mean, it was Biggie. I mean, it was crazy. It was so crazy to me. But she, Ray, she helped me get out of all that in my head. I trusted somebody for the first time in a long time. When the session was over, I literally was free. I was free from everything. I mean, like, I felt like there was nothing I couldn't do. I felt like literally my life started that day. So, Ray, I appreciate you. I thank you. I love you dearly. And Astro and team, like, literally y'all have been changing my life. And I tell you, Astro, and I tell Ray all the time, if something comes up, just like I told y'all the other day, the Scorpio energy and the Taurus energy, that literally is real. So I thank y'all. I really do.
Thank you. Much gratitude to you as well. Much gratitude. I want to hear from another male energy. Justin Spencer.
Hey, how's it going, Astro?
Hey, what's good,
yeah. Peace to everybody. I'm driving right now, just leaving a drum circle, and I got my Tyler in the back seat. So if y'all hear some fun sounds, that's where that's coming from.
So who was your practitioner? Who did this session?
I had the wonderful Iya Elewa.
Awesome.
And she was amazing. And I really cherish that experience because it's really like giving me some direction on the path that I'm on. And I'm just very grateful that I was able to have that experience. And just like the last person just spoke, the change up from going to Kansas City to Little Rock, it really...
Is he still there? Did he go?
What happened?
I don't know. I think I think he got taken off. I don't know. Well, we're gonna get back to him when he comes back in. Definitely, we're gonna get back to him. All right, so I want to hear from Ashley. I see Ashley, you got this beautiful baby boy in your hands.
Hey, hey, hey. Say hey, Pooh. Hey.
So who did your session, Ashley?
So Ray did my session.
All right, excellent. So give us a little synopsis of your experience with Ray.
Just like going into it, I was super skeptical. I was just like, I don't know about this. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I believe in this because just like the other girl, I am also like kind of a control freak as well. You know, I like to know what's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen. But going into something like this, like, you know, you just have no idea. But going into it, she was super kind, super accommodating. Her vibe was just like so inviting. And then through my session, I was able to just like correlate everything to my current life now. And like, I understand why things happen to me, why I allow things to happen to me, the people that are in my life now, you know, it just all made sense. It came together like a big puzzle. And now I have like a greater understanding that I am doing the right things. I am on the right path. So yeah.
Excellent. So in your past life, what were you? Male, female? Give us a little story about it.
I was a young white girl. It was in like the 1600s. What happened? I was with my father at the time and my brother. And in this lifetime, like my father was my husband now, or my ex-husband, and my brother was my oldest son.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my father in that lifetime was extremely overbearing, abusive, manipulative, and I felt like in that lifetime that, excuse me, I couldn't leave my brother. I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't save myself. I couldn't get away. And I was just trapped in this situation, which correlates to what was going on in my marriage previously. But in this lifetime, I was able to get away from that and become the woman that I believe that I'm meant to be. Well, I'm growing into the woman that I believe that I'm meant to be.
Wow. So did you start feeling lighter when you left your sessions?
I did, and actually I got extremely sick for like 2 or 3 days. And I just feel like that was me purging all of that negativity that I've been holding on to and going through, I guess, for lifetimes with this person, just, you know, constantly putting me through the things that were going on.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. What would you suggest to the next person that wants to do a session? Before they do a session, what would you say to prepare themselves for?
I would say just trust the process. Just allow yourself to relax and get into it, because it is a blessing and you have absolutely no idea what you're going to get from it. But whatever comes out of it is going to be something amazing. That's going to be a catalyst for you to move on into your life and be something great.
Great. Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing that testimony. Appreciate it. You know, let's get back to Justin. Justin, I know your phone cut out. You wanna take off where you left off?
Yeah, I can do that. Sorry about that, you all. So yeah, the session got pulled from Kansas City to Little Rock, and that caught me off guard because I had planned it like with my job as far as like getting off at the right time and like having a day off and stuff. But then when it changed to Little Rock, I was like, can I really have this on my birthday? Is this really going to happen on my birthday? And it actually happened on my birthday.
What?
33rd birthday at that.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was the first mind blowing part for me. And I just had good vibes traveling down there with my family the whole time. And just feeling like I was going to finally understand myself and understand this path and journey that I'm on. And through everything that EILY took me through, I'm able to, I just have a better sense of purpose of myself, and that was part of my lesson in this life. When I learned, when I looked at those sacred texts, was that I'm supposed to conquer myself. I'm supposed to conquer and understand who I am and what I'm supposed to do, so that I can impact the world as we're all supposed to do in our own way. And all I gotta do is trust myself, conquer myself by learning who I am. And that was just powerful for me.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. So in that past life, what were you?
Okay. So I was a Chinese man. And I was not just a Chinese man, I was a Chinese general in an army. And I was over 10,000 men. And my challenge during that time, the reason why we came back to that time is, and I couldn't believe it in the moment, it's just that, like, now that I've been reflecting since that, now I'm really finding out, like, how I'm dealing with that now with the family member of mine. But I had one of my subordinates, but they were like over some other soldiers as well, but they were trying to get me to to move on to the enemy before I was ready to take 10,000 men and defeat this enemy. They were like, you need to go now. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. And then it came to a point where we ended up fighting and tussling, and I won, of course, because that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm not going to just go down without a fight. But I put him in his place for the most part, and then once I was ready to go in to the enemy, we still won. So that taught me that the things that I'm trying to do in my life, I'm taking my time with it for a reason, and it may not be apparent to others around me, but it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. And that really helped me out. Oh, stop talking, baby. I'm sorry, I'm talking to the people. Bye. Why do I have to stop talking, baby? Okay, well, can I talk to you too? Okay. So Zora, when Daddy went to we went to Little Rock, Arkansas, and Daddy went to the house. Yeah, well, I learned a whole lot of stuff. I learned about who I am, and now I got my natal chart, just like you have a natal chart now. Because I got a natal chart, I made sure I try to get one for her. And it's not as elaborate as the one that EI gave me, because man, and EI, she really went through everything with me, and the way Spirit was moving with her, she was giving me a lot more insight into things that was being said, the chart and the aura reading that resonated so much with me and gave me a lot of peace in my life, because things that were happening to me, I didn't understand why they were happening, and now I understand that it's just part of my path. And I want my daughter to understand that, and my wife is pregnant, and we're gonna get a natal chart when the baby comes, and we just want everybody to know who they are. It's like I have a personal Bible now, because I got the readings and I got my past life regression. I can recall these instances in my life that are gonna like these verses, these lines, these proverbs, all of this stuff is like this. I'm able to use those to help me out.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. I appreciate, especially when there's the masculine energy that does these sessions. He brings his whole family. I think that's amazing, man.
Yes, thank you.
Astro, can I say something?
Go right ahead.
Because yes, first of all, Justin, thank you so much for keeping your appointment on your birthday. You could have did anything else, but you came to get your healing, and I respect you for that, because you came in like, I know I'm the head of my household. if I can do this, then I'll bring so many people with me. And you don't know how much that touched my heart to see you have even a spouse that supported you. So many people, you know, were coming in for quantum healings and their partners were at home or learning support. So it means a lot to me. And shout out to your wife for bringing you there and allowing you to do that on a special day for y'all. That was huge. And I want to say, like, one thing about your session too was like you were a general, so you had people that they was mad at you because of who you were and the position that you had and the train that you had, right? And what I want to highlight is you did win. Like you said, you and your men, y'all won the war. But the thing about it was you moved out of turn because other people were in your ear. You know what I mean? So I think the biggest thing about that I pulled away from your regression is it's not just about winning. It's about how you win. Because some people get to the top and then they look around and ain't nobody else there because they done stepped on so many people to get there and they done did so much to get there. So it's not just about winning. And that's what show regression taught me. You know, it's how you win. So like in that lifetime, you stepped out of turn. And so like a lot of people, because I think you got in trouble with like the man that was over you too, because he didn't expect you to move. So he didn't even care about the fact that you won. He cared about how you did it. So that's a lesson for all of us. And like I say, I'm so grateful and thankful and just thankful and grateful to you and your wife for that experience. It was life-changing. Life-changing.
That's great. That's great. Thank you very much, Ia, for that. And I'm sure Justin is even much more grateful for that, for you saying that. But this is what we're going to do in order. We're going to go with Troya, then Simonde, then Jerry, and then I'm going to save, you know, Dr. Gwen and Eternal for like the finale. So Troy, share with me exactly your session and who was your practitioner and what happened and your experience.
Cool. Before I get started, Justin, my brother, happy Father's Day. You just handled that situation so beautifully. Happy Father's Day, bro. You got to be a great father, seems like. But I had Ia. Man, my session was so great. I was nervous. It was last minute. And I want to say it's crazy how like the universe worked, because maybe like a year ago, I was randomly sitting there looking at Astro's videos. And I was like, oh, that'll be cool to do. And then I had a Reiki session with someone. And then I spoke to my ancestors. So I had like a medium reading. And then I told my friend about it. Then she told me about Astro coming, and I immediately booked my appointment. Like, I just got to do it. So I booked my appointment. I come in there. Ia was so cool and chill. I don't know if it's her voice. Little thing I can relate. It looked like she's my sister or something, my cousin or something. And I found out I've been around her more than I've been around my parents. So it just makes me want to reach out to her all the time. Or that's one thing I would say. To anybody, she's accessible too. It's like I still can talk to her if I got any questions, or she gave me a list of books to read, or just stuff I can take with me. During my session, just certain things that stood out. I'll say that I was a man, a Black man, and that made me feel better, because being that I was raised a Christian and me battling with my sexuality, that just made me feel better. Like, I've been a man before. You can't tell me I can't date women. If you don't go on. I've been doing this. That's what I do, so that really gave me a lot of like healing in itself on just being okay with my sexuality and who I am. Also, she told me a lot about myself. Like, the session was great because I was going through a huge heartbreak and I was trying to get over something. And being that she kind of removed that negative soul tie, I've been around this person like 3 times, and I wanted to tell you, that's why I said I wanted to talk to you, because, oh my God, like the session was great, but I want to talk about after the session, because everybody's talking about during the session. It's like the healing that you start seeing afterwards. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been around this person like 3 times, and it's no jealous, it's just love. It's just all love. Like, I love you. I ain't jealous about what you got going on. I don't care what you got going on. And then you start seeing people start more attracted to you when you're not even, you got that negative stuff. So it's like that, it's just better, that relationship. No, I'm not with this individual. And it's crazy because we knew we were past life lovers. So for her to like solidify that, it was just crazy in a sense. Also a song I was working on. So I'm an artist. So a song I was working on.
Hey,
It was
stop.
Okay.
You're an artist. You're a damn good artist.
My boy.
All right.
So that's why I got to give EI credit, because I was so stuck on this song. It was about my past life lover. And like after my regression, y'all, that song just came together. Like I ain't have to think about it. It just came, like the words just flew, just flowed on the pen. And I sent it to y'all. So it's about to drop too. And we about to drop it maybe in about 2 weeks. So I'll make sure I send it.
Listen, I want to know when it drops.
I bet you. And then outside of that, she was telling me, EI just confirmed to me that like, just my star power, you know, like I hear this stuff all the time, like Troy, you're a star, but like she looked at me, she was like, yo, you got work to do. You got something that you got going on. And just hearing that from her just reassured me. And then y'all, like, so many crazy things have been happening to me since this. Like, I woke up the other day, y'all, and I'm from Wilson, North Carolina. So I met EI in North Carolina in Raleigh. So I get up and somebody sends me a screenshot on Instagram of something that Beyonce's foundation has posted. And it's like a collage of artists saying Happy Black Music Month, celebrating artists. It's all these artists from Biggie to Kendrick Lamar. You got Ari Lennox, you got all these people. And then I see my picture. And it's like, everybody is rich and famous. Like EI told me I'm rich and famous. She was like, she said, your gifts are in your mouth. Like you're supposed to have things. You're supposed to have, you know, money. Like you're rich, you're famous. Like, and y'all, like, all I could think about when I seen it was you. Like, I was like, how am I here? And first and foremost, God, I don't even be on Twitter. It's crazy how God wanted me to see it, because it's Twitter and it's a collage of a bunch of photos. No, I couldn't even seen the photo. If I would have looked at it with a naked eye, I wouldn't have seen me. So somebody literally pointed out like, oh my God, yo, this you. And I get up there and it's me. And it's crazy because everything she said has been just unfolding. Just the relationship situation, you know what I'm saying? Just the music. And I just want to say thank you, EI. I'm so grateful for you. And I want to do it again. Like, I'm so grateful. And I'm going to fulfill everything you said. Like, I'm going to do that. And y'all listen to what she said. She just gave me some great things to do. The mirror work you told me, I'm about to start tapping into that, the altar work. And even my gifts that I found out about, like, I'm supposed to tell people what I know. And it's just been so, like, coming to me, like Father's Day, my friend father passed away. And I was supposed to tell her to, like, you need to make your altar. People don't even know this stuff that we know. And that's my gift. I'm supposed to tell people, you know, write what you want, write it down 1,000 times if you need to. It's coming. I'm seeing it happen. And thank you for that. Thank you for those books. I love you. And I'm gonna always be on your line.
And I love you too. You know, I love you so much. You know, man, thank you. Listen, I love you and thank you so much for every word. I feel it. I appreciate it so much. But I told you when you came in, you said, you was like, I started this journey out with my lover. Like, she showed me the way. And then, man, she just left me. Yeah, like, and you were so broken. And I'm looking at you and I know what I see. I'm like, this nigga, who you crying over? I was like,
real.
The person. Because none of that matters. I'm like, no, you better stop crying right now. I mean, I'm not fucking with you. I don't want to see another tear. Did I not? I had a hard talk with you. I wasn't even on you. I'm like, I don't give a, I know you think you just met me, but I've been doing this for a while, so I know
more longer than my mama and dad.
Tell you what it is. You gonna stop crying about that shit today. Yeah. You know, because I told you, I'm like, you know, and that's what we discovered too. And I'm so grateful every story I hear of people that can release anger and jealousy and just the ties that we have, and we don't understand why people come in our lives, because that individual did exactly what they were supposed to do for you.
Supposed to do.
And you got what you had to
and
know.
I'm so grateful for her. I was able to tell her, like,
yes,
she had a heartbreak, but she very well in tune. She the one led me here to this point.
Yes.
So it was like, she didn't want to tell me about Reiki, past life regression. So I felt lost. And then boom, somebody was like, go to here. And I'm like, so once I talked to you, I swear everything has changed. Like literally after I walked out that door, I was the new Troya.
Remember
Opportunities
I
started
told you
coming.
that.
Yeah,
I told
it
you
was.
that, Trey. I said, I expect you to feel completely different when you leave here because looking at
Yeah.
you and just tapping into your energy, Trey, like anybody, I'll be crazy not to see your star power, but not just that. I'm looking at your energy. You hear me? So I didn't understand where the tears was coming. I said, okay, I get it. It's just, you just somebody that just need the words. That's it.
Because my lesson, y'all, was self-love.
Yes. You already
And
know.
so that's why I was tripping off of that because I had to learn to love myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's my time. I thank you. I love you. And we're going to do this again. So stay on the team. Stay on the team. Because I hope I get to be with you again.
Oh, man, I'm on it. Anytime you need me. Anytime you need me. You know, I'm here.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Troy. Appreciate you. Simone.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I remember your journey really, really well. You know, when you came to me, your son had just passed, right? They just found what had happened to him and what have you. And you know, I was right there to be a shoulder to cry on at that point in time. And your session was pretty neat and pretty cool. I want to know about who you did your session with this time again.
I was the fabulous Phoenix.
Oh, the Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
Right. Give me a little synopsis of your experience with Phoenix.
Of course, when I went into it, I already knew what to expect in terms of what's going to take place, but I just went in like easy breezy, like, okay, all right, let's get it done. No expectations. She's very warm, very welcoming, and she just made you want to pour your heart out to her. So getting into it, you expect to have a past life, but instead of a regression, I think it ended up being a progression because I went 3,000 years into the future. So, 3,000 years into the future, I am a queen back in Orion.
Oh, wow.
And my son, who passed in this experience, is reigning as the king beside me.
Wow.
Let
me this is getting deep. All right. Right.
So totally unlike what I look like now. I was tall, silvery skin, long white hair.
So let's get this right, Simone. You are an extraterrestrial.
Yes.
Okay. Continue on.
Yeah. And we are and will be responsible for teaching the many souls that will be coming back into that star system at that time.
Wow.
Under the law of one.
You know, that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite teachings, is the law of one. I speak about it because that's how I live. I live in the energy of the law of one. You know, I think it's wow. You know, you're gonna make me go over your session. I don't know how I skipped over your session. I would get busy, but I watched one or two. I need to watch more of these because that sounds very interesting.
It was, and it was just like there was a palace, so to speak, but it was like at the same time it was just you could see out in every direction, like you're looking through glass. It's like, okay, I want to see here, but all right, I'm going to see all the way over here on this side of the planet, and that's what you see. There are like no walls like how we perceive them now. They're all types of beings existing together, all observing the law of one. There's no hunger, there's no war, there's no strife. nothing but pure love. And it was so profound. I think I remember just basking in it and crying because it was just beautiful.
Wow.
Nothing like what we experience on the planet at this time.
Oh, wow. You know, I'm a little excited for that. That's something that you can keep inside your chamber and be like, you know what? I'm looking forward to this in the future. And how would you say that your practitioner handled you in your session?
She did a fabulous job. She asked all the right questions, and we didn't necessarily activate anything. I think my crown was open so wide during that session. And I remember after I came back, I think I said, I was like, wow, my head is just like banging, but it was all just right here. And I think it was all the energy that was being harnessed back and forth. But how I'm using that now is, you know, in the last 12 months, I was feeling not so powerful because of the things that was surrounding my son's expansion and not getting the answers that I felt like I deserved, and actually getting to the lesson of forgiving and having to relinquish that power per se. It's been a journey, but seeing that particular lifetime has allowed me to bring my power back in.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I'd like to say thank you for taking on that journey again, experiencing that again. I believe that the more you do it, the more expansive your consciousness becomes. I believe that your gifts open up even more so, stronger and stronger. You don't believe me? You could ask Eternal Sunshine. You could ask Phoenix.
Oh, definitely.
ER. All of their gifts are like, because of continuously going into those in the Akashic records, allow for your soul, your higher self, your superconscious mind to grab those gifts, that information that your soul has experienced. And that's what it means. You know, some people be like, you know what I did? That's a bucket list. I did it before. I don't have to do it anymore. But mostly, I would say do it as often as possible. For those who want to build their spiritual gifts stronger and stronger and stronger, the more you do it, the more you activate those chromosomes in your brain, you become more and more in touch with your higher self.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And my session with Miss Felicia was pretty awesome as well.
Yes.
She actually taught me some things about myself that I didn't know.
What she taught you? What did you learn a little bit about yourself?
She showed me how I can reinforce my aura field and work on my heart chakra at the same time.
I was trying to save that for the last, because, you know, all of you, see, one of y'all been with, you know, one particular, but everybody had a chance to sit at the seat of Eternal Sunshine. So I want to make sure that we save that for the last, because I want to get a analysis of that, you know. So let's go with we're going to go with Jerry, then we're going with Nashay. I say the right, Shay? All right. So Jerry, share your experience with us.
I had an amazing experience. I did not have any surprises. I've watched you enough on YouTube. No, but Hemi Sinking really helped me, and I didn't have any expectations in going in. So initially I was booked with you, and so I was just like, I got an email, well, who do you want? I was like, let him pick. And I was like, you know what, we're going to leave it up to source. So I got the notification that I was on Phoenix's calendar. And when I walked in, I saw Ray and I had food for them. So I brought them food and I had just cooked that morning. But it was like, Ray's small. She was like, looking, trying to, she had the door open. I was like, right. So Phoenix came down. We talked. Phoenix, how long did we talk? About 2 hours?
Look here, I don't know why, but we did. We talked about 2 hours before we even did the session, but it was amazing. It was just everything that we both needed, and that exchange of energy was amazing.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed the Oculus, but my session was really amazing, and I was able to actually. I knew I was gonna get killed because I had a snapshot view of what was. I was like, damn, I don't want to talk about this, and my higher self, of course, it took over. I fictionally call her she, but it was amazing. And one of the highlights from my session was to stop existing. And that was something that I wanted to share because before I was like, I ain't going live, not doing it, not happening, not doing it. But I did. But I was like, only posted in a group. So, but I wanted it to be helpful for others because many times we just exist and then our life during this lifetime is gone. And so in that lifetime, I just existed. I was trying to survive and I end up dying anyway. So why just exist? Speak your truth. Stop hiding. So that was my session. It was amazing.
Wow. Well, I want to thank you for sharing that. But you got to give us a little bit about who you were in that lifetime.
My name was Penelope, and it was 2500 BC. I was actually getting downloads for like 2-3 days. So it turns out my parents were from Bactria, and they left Bactria because it was war torn. It wasn't any work. It wasn't any food. And so they moved to Greece. And I don't know where in Greece, but they end up consulting an oracle, and the oracle told them to send me to be a priestess in Athena's temple. And so that's where I was. I wasn't happy. I didn't look like everybody else, and I didn't believe in their gods. I was just doing something to get along. My daughter was with me. My daughter's been with me for over 25 million lifetimes. So I tease her every day. I'm like, ain't you tired of me yet? And she's like, no, I'm gonna be with you. She told me today, even after you die, I'm gonna still be with you. I'm like, oh, God. So it was a lady there, an old lady who I call the old crone. Interesting. Now that I'm learning about the crone mother. So thanks to Inanna putting stuff in our YouTube group. But she beat me. I didn't believe I wouldn't break. She kept food away from me, but she ended up dying in a fire. I didn't even set the fire. Hell, she died because we were out gathering firewood and it was a temple fire. And so the townspeople wanted to appease Athena. So we were sacrificed. I don't know if my daughter was sacrificed alongside of me, but we were sacrificed, dressed in white gowns, shackled and thrown over a cliff.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
But I was happy. I was free. It hurt, but I was free. But I did not live appropriately because I just existed.
Wow. That's a message. To not just exist, right?
Yes.
That's beautiful. And you would say that it would say it was an amazing session, correct?
It was. It was absolutely amazing. Like the other participants, this is something I'm investing every year. Every year, even my 11-year-old Aaron wants one. I'm like, you joke with me and talk to me about my crystal magic, but you want a session? Yeah, I want to see if I was a sun god. I'm like, dude, really? No, go sit down. Go over there. To the left, to the left. But it was amazing. It really was. So
Thank you for your testimony, Jerry. Appreciate
you're
it.
welcome. Thank you for listening, you all.
Nayshay?
Yes.
How you
Yes,
doing?
Moshe. Hey, I'm great.
Excellent. So who was your practitioner?
I had the lovely Phoenix as well in Tampa for an amazing session, and I'm ever so grateful. I'm ready for more.
So what happened to your session? What happened in your session?
So to kind of get into a little bit of details in my session, I went back to a lifetime, probably one previously to this one. It was 1946, 47. I lived in Georgia, and my name was Gemma. And my son was hung by 4 white men.
Wow.
And I found his body hanging, walking with his son, my grandson, in that lifetime. And that my son in that lifetime is my father in this lifetime. And my grandson was one of my brothers in this lifetime. And it was really painful to go through it, but you know, I definitely accomplished what I was supposed to in that lifetime. I didn't walk away with any malice or any type of I can't even find the word right now, but I basically didn't walk away with any ties, you know, in my heart. Like I knew that, you know, I had to forgive, even though I never really understood why they did that to him. It seemed to have been like a business misunderstanding. And
I have a question for you. Sorry to break. So did you recognize the soul of the person who hung or killed your dad?
No, I didn't. I didn't recognize them, not from this lifetime, which is strange. But what was beautiful was after that, my dad just celebrated his 70th birthday in this lifetime, and like at his celebration, I just kind of had a moment. I think Gemma really just had a moment to reflect, seeing him live such a full lifetime in this one, you know, and just being able to accomplish so much. It was really, really powerful for me to kind of see that. And I know nobody really knew what was going on with me, but I knew what it was, you know, and that closure was just really beautiful to me to experience. So I'm grateful to Phoenix to walk me through that and allow me to experience that and just kind of open myself up, you know. I'm really able to kind of understand things to a deeper level now. So I appreciate you for that.
Well, I want to say thank you for giving a testimony on our behalf and about, you know, your session on the whole. I am going to have to pick all of these sessions and watch them on my time when I have off, because these sessions sounds pretty amazing. You see, I think these sessions were awesome. I think I got one more person before I go to Eternal. So, Dr. G.
Yes, King.
How you doing?
I am fabulous, awesome. How are you?
Excellent. Do you see your sisters them just doing their thing?
I see my sisters doing the damn thing. They doing the thing. Trust me. Oh my.
You have no idea how proud I am of them. Sometimes I just sit back and be like,
I am so proud of them. Astro. They triple team me, Astro.
They triple team you?
Entertain me. Listen.
So you experienced all three of them?
All three of them had a part in my quantum healing.
Wow.
And for people that don't know, for the family that don't know, I was in Arizona.
That's right.
And I went through the rigorous training with them.
You know, Dr. G, you can't listen. You can't tell everybody what. Ain't nobody know how that training was.
But I just want to say that I am so proud of my sisters because I wish I could have hugged Eternal as well. I know she was there in spirit. I wanted to see them in Philly, which is closer to me, but Source had it where I went to Queens,
Queens,
an hour and a half away. And I was like, oh my goodness, we are all Queens. What a perfect spot in Queens.
That makes sense.
My appointment was for 2 o'clock, but that's what time they went to lunch. And so they changed it to 4 o'clock. And I was like, I'm getting there early because I got to catch up with my sisters and see what's going on. And we talked and talked. And I was like, y'all might as well do me. Come on, let's go. So Astro and family, it was so awesome. I got tissues here ready. I don't want to be crying on this doggone live.
Don't you make me start.
What happened in your session, in your quantum healing session? What happened? What did you experience?
Okay, so listen, they pulled out the crystals and tuna forks, and and I said I want to go back to when I was a goddess. So they brought me back. I started with Phoenix. Phoenix, she was all the way down, right? So then after that, no, yeah, and then Ray, because Ray did my very first regression in Arizona. Right. And so Ray, let me tell you, her snaps, you can hear them echoing. She was snapping. She was like, sleep. I was like, okay. I was like, Ray got this thing now. So she brought me on the beach to the elevator, and I came out the elevator, and here come Ia. He was like, okay, we're going to go back to your goddess time. I was like, okay. And I felt so sad. I was like, why am I ready to cry? I'm a goddess. I ain't supposed to be crying. And come to find out that I was a daughter of a very important man in Africa who is my boyfriend right now. And, and my mother was on him because she was attacking him, which pushed him out of the house, and he left. And I took on a sickness, overeating, which caused me to have stomach cancer. And I died at a young age of 23. And so I come to find out that my son was my brother, but not in that lifetime. I had a list. The list that I had for you originally, Astro, my sisters hooked me up. They hooked me up. So it was just it was awesome. But I really truly believe that what happened in that lifetime is what's going on in this lifetime, and is why things had happened, and why I act the way that I act is because of what happened in that lifetime. And so Ia, she cleared me, she healed me, she empowered me, she activated me, she awakened me. And it got so emotional at the end that all of my sisters were crying because they healed me. And it was amazing. They triple teamed me, and it was how it was supposed to be. Source did and showed out that day. And after that, we talked about some other stuff, and it was just awesome. It was awesome.
You know what I want to do? I want to say that, you know, I was blessed to have you in the training whilst we were doing the training. Would you say that the training that y'all been through, would you say that it was easy?
No. No.
What was the highlight of the training for you? What you feel was the most hardest of it?
Oh my. Well, training was like a combination of the X-Men and Dr. the and Hogwarts and being an extraterrestrial. It was a lot. It was a lot.
What do you have to say for those people who are looking to sign up to do the quantum healing training? What would you say to them? What advice do you have for them?
Be strong, be open, be receptive, and be loving, because that's what it's all about. That's our mission here. Unconditional love. That's what it's all about.
Right. Well, that's a good message. I want to say thank you for, sticking with it. The only reason why you weren't able to do it is because you had to deal with your mom and circumstances. Because I know if you had an opportunity, you'd probably be on the tour, would have been with them doing the same thing.
Absolutely. I'll be on the next one though.
You already know you are certified quantum healer.
Right. Qualified, quantified.
This is facts. Now I want y'all to share. Thank you very much, Dr. G. I want y'all to share your experiences with the Reiki that you experienced with Felicia, Eternal Sunshine.
I didn't do the Reiki. Did I do the Reiki?
No, you probably did a descent, but I mean the ones who were there for Eternal, who were there for you for the Reiki physically?
I was there for the physical one, Astro.
All right, what was your experience?
It was awesome. I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't have any expectations. I had my eyes closed and she started doing her thing and I knew exactly where she was and what she was working on. And I was just like so eager and excited. I was like, oh, I know where she is. I know why she's working there. And so when she was done, I said, Felicia, were you right there almost the whole time? She was like, yeah. I was like, girl, I felt you. I felt her working her magic. It was so beautiful. It was an amazing experience. I was not, I'm gonna be honest, I was not sold on Reiki before this. I was not. But y'all know I'm open to a lot of stuff, but I just wasn't sold on that because I had it done before. And I was like, nope. But when she did it, I was like, okay, this lady is gifted. She got some stuff with her. It was so beautiful. And I am so grateful for it. I loved it.
What about your aura reading? There's the aura machine. You looked at the aura machine. What happened?
My aura reading was really good. Okay, so when she pulled my aura up, it's like Iya came around and I think Phoenix, is it Iya? No, Iya. And Ray came around and they was like, oh, Miss, what was it? Felicia, I think it was green or blue. They were like, oh, Miss Green or something like that. It was like they were looking behind me and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, the aura reading was really cool. I was excited about doing that because my sister and my niece had it done before me. So that was the thing that they done that I didn't get to do. And so I was like, I'll get it done at my quantum healing session. So I was really excited about that. So I was really pleased with the whole thing. Like, I know y'all didn't get to hear my story. It was pretty awesome. Ray did an awesome job and everything. But I must say this, I was so impressed when we walked into the room, the ambiance, like, it's like, okay, so like if you ever thought of like you walking into the red heart that you see, I felt like we were walking into love. That's what it felt like. It was everything was so like, we were hugging like we'd known each other forever. It was really beautiful.
Well, that's amazing. That's great.
Great job.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. You know, that was especially with the Reiki. People underestimate Reiki or the importance of balancing your chakras or healing your chakras, but it's very important. You know, it's very, very important. You know, and learning your auric field and the reason why, you know, certain people gravitate towards you and why some people don't. That's also could be indicated by your aura. You know, the color that resonates gives you an understanding of your purpose, what you're here to do as well. The whole reading itself is so accurate. You know, it's just almost unbelievable. You know, for me, I know it is. So I know you guys probably felt the same thing. And Felicia, you wanna share a little bit about your experience with your sessions? Yeah, you Eternal.
What do you want me to share? Some people I did distance with, but I don't know. I had a good time with everybody in person. I'm a hugger, so I was hugging everybody, loving on everybody. I miss being on the road with y'all.
Well, I cannot say I want to share that. I mean, I'm going to say, Felicia, and I know we all feel this way. I'm super grateful that you were on tour with us. Like, you saved our asses so many times. It wasn't even funny. I know, you know what? For everybody who didn't get a chance to have Reiki by her, she still does distance Reiki. But let me tell you, that was such a treat. And then what's crazy about it, I got one experience. I had a guy in Atlanta, and when I left out the room, the light worked, okay? But when I came back, the light was completely blown. So I wanted to know, Felicia, what did you do in my room? Why don't I have a light anymore? Why is the bathroom door open for the light? And then, Felicia, do you want to tell them about what happened with this guy and with the man that you did Reiki with and how you blew my light?
Well, I didn't blow the light. He blew the light. Because his energy, as we were going through the session, first of all, he was really, really nervous at first. He had never had Reiki before. And so I went through this calming, went through a breathing little exercise prior to the Reiki getting started. And as we progressed through his session, it was like his body went into, his chakras went into like supercharge. And he was just, he said he got chills from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. He couldn't control his body movements. And then as I was speaking to him, that's when the light blew. When I was speaking into his life, that's when the light blew. I was like, shit, did that really just happen? That never happened before. It was crazy.
So Astro, imagine me coming in and I'm like, where the hell is the light at? She's like, oh, he blew it. He just blew the light. I'm like, he just blew the light. What the hell is all here doing? She's like, he just activated his power, girl. He ready for you. Go ahead. I'm like, well, thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that Reiki really was like a hell of a warm up. I'm grateful for it. I know the other girls are too, because literally that was putting people in the mindset that they needed to be in. She was already doing visualization with them and helping to heal. And it's so necessary. It's so necessary that all of that work is done before you come and get a session, because it just made a difference. So.
Well, that's beautiful. Thank you, Eternal, aka Felicia, for assisting in the Reiki and the distance Reiki. Even though you couldn't make it to the end of the tour, you still was there with spirit, with energy, by sending your distance Reiki, and I appreciate you for doing that. And all of the healers, I'm gonna say this, y'all, it is only the beginning, because some stuff that has happened to me while I was, first going into this is amazing stuff I probably have never even shared with y'all. I've had to one point, a lady was levitating out of her bed whilst doing a session. That was in 2016. All right, she was levitating out of her bed whilst doing a quantum healing session, which is one of the most, people don't get to see stuff like that. You only see these things, you be like, what the hell? Anybody on the outside be like, what kind of devil shit is this? because that's the first thing what people like to say, but it was like, and because y'all been in the training, y'all see how these supernatural things happen, even during the training, I turn into a different person doing training than I am on my live. And y'all know exactly how I am during that. And I'd say that anybody that wants to do their session, we got a few more states that's left. Now take in mind, now, even though there's going to be other tours, we're not guaranteed that the tour in the United States will be as quickly as this one. All right. But I will say this. If you are anywhere in the vicinity of Detroit, Chicago, Indianapolis, if I was you, I book my sessions before they go on their break. Because when they go on their break, they're going to be training other people to do what they do. And they're going to be elevating to a different status in their session. So if I was you guys, I'd grab onto these four people and get your sessions done whilst they have it, whilst they have the opportunity to get with you, because these people are going to grow even bigger. They have maybe accessible now, but that don't mean that they could be accessible a year, 2 years from now. I want you to understand that this is something that is growing within not just the Black community, but the community, spiritual community as a whole. So if I was you, I'll get on that. Get on your last set of your phone, your email, your go on to the app, astroeinstein.as.me, and book a session with the healer that you feel the most, you resonate with the most. Trust me, there's one of them that resonate with you. The reason why you're doing that or listening to this video, or even have one of your family members telling you about it, is because you're supposed to be doing it. Don't reject that call. Don't reject that call of being called to do this, to awaken your gifts, to amplify and activate yourself so that you can take on this very, hard world that we have to face. That's what I say to everybody that's listening to this video. You're saying your internet. Okay. So do we have any final thing that anybody want to say before we close this beautiful live?
Somebody was missing, somebody named Kelvin. Is he on here?
Well, I asked, I don't see anybody. And I asked this person the iPhone if they were who they are, turn the camera on, but they're not. So, maybe in a
All right, well, while we're waiting on Astro to figure out what the hell is going on with his phone, I just want to say thank you to every single person that came out. I know we couldn't have everybody on this family reunion in the tour call, but that doesn't mean that we don't love y'all so much. We love every single person that came out. Thank you so much for trusting us. It's one thing for you to watch Astro Einstein online and to trust him and to build up so much time watching him. But you all came out and you put your souls, really, I'm going to say your souls and your spirits in our hands, right? You followed the unction of spirit and your higher self, and you wound up in one of our rooms. And I want to just say thank you so much for the opportunity, because without you all, we wouldn't have had anybody to even do this work on and fulfill our assignment. And like Astro said, we only have 3 states left. We got Detroit, my hometown, we got Chi-Town, and then we got Minnesota, which is Ray's hometown. And we want y'all to show out, come on out, come on out. And like Astro said, a lot of y'all, were at home and y'all knew he was going on this tour. The first tour Astro went on and the second tour Astro went on, and maybe you were sitting at home wondering and guessing and thinking and second guessing, and maybe you didn't go the first tour. Maybe you didn't go the second tour. Maybe you thought this tour, I just wait to the next tour. And then as spirit would have it, Astro's job got changed. Astro got promoted. Astro is the CEO now. He's not a quantum healer. He's running this whole thing, right? And so then we had to do what Astro did. So a lot of us understand about one thing about opportunity. You better take it. You hear me? So as easily as that changed, and a lot of you found it really difficult to get in Astro's chair. Now y'all see you got to go all the way to another country. So let that be a message to you. And when spirits speak to you, you better move on it, because you don't never know the way and the circumstances of how things can change. And just like how Astro said, when his job changed, that changed our jobs as well. So we too, each healer on this call has been promoted. We are quantum healers, but we metaphysicians now. Like Spirit done took us in a position where we're now going to be teaching other healers how to do what it is that we do. So like Astro said, yeah, we're going to still be doing quantum healing, but not in the capacity that y'all seen us do it this year, because our roles have changed. So when it's opportunity, you got to jump on it, because you don't never know how things can shift. And maybe Phoenix had a word for you or something that you needed to hear that was going to take your business to the next level. Maybe Goddess Anana had a message for you about that child that you have, or that problem or issue you have going on with your husband. Maybe I had a message for you. Maybe I had something delivered to you from one of your family members that passed away. Maybe it was some healing that Eternal Sunshine had for you. Did you miss your opportunity? Don't do that. When Spirit tells you, you got to show up. You got to show up. And a lot of us, I heard somebody say it one time, and I always share this, and a lot of people miss opportunity because when it shows up with overalls and a pitchfork. A lot of people came onto their sessions and thought it was our job to help them and make them heal, but it was only their job to allow themselves to just be. A lot of our sisters and brothers went home with homework, and I hope that you guys are at home doing it. I hope you at home hemi-syncing, and I hope you at home doing your right brain activities, and I hope you at home building your trust, and I hope you at home doing everything you need to do so you can be everything you came here to be, because I'm telling you, it's not going to just take one of us. All of us is going to take for us to rise. And we can't do it by ourselves. We just doing it. Y'all see us doing it because we followed the call and we answered the call. But a lot of y'all got calls right now. A lot of y'all shooting Spirit to the voicemail. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not the move. That's not what's up in this season. We're not in third dimension no more. A lot of y'all went back out of y'all regression and went back to 3D, time, space, reality, families and jobs and all kind of seeing it. You seen that high vibrational experience you had, the world that you in, you there what? To be a light. You don't put a light and hide it. You put a light where it's darkness. So everybody that got a session and you came to us, make sure you shining. Make sure you shine it. Make sure that what you got in the session, that you sharing that with everybody around you. Because it's not just about that you got here. We a collective. As a collective, we're raising that vibration. It's about all of us. We in fifth dimension. This is about the all. This ain't just about you. So if you did come and you felt like you got everything you needed, somebody you know didn't. Somebody you know still need healing. Somebody, I bet you probably got 20 people you know right now that could use a past life regression. Don't hold on to that information. You know, share that love, and let's rise, family. That's all I want to say. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for trusting us with your healing. And like I said, let's continue to rise. We got some beautiful classes coming up. We still working. We still in divine alignment. Ain't that right, sisters? Are we in alignment or what? I'm in alignment with you. You in alignment, Phoenix?
Better know it. You better know it.
You in alignment, baby.
Just got out of my spiritual bath before we came.
Where we supposed to be? Is that right?
Right. Another thing that people don't understand is most of your ailments, your sicknesses and illnesses, they start off from a spiritual perspective, something that you did not heal in previous lifetime that's affecting you to this lifetime. We have testimonies upon testimonies of people who we've helped to heal cancer, heal STIs, STDs, different things, like even deformities, their hands being stuck like this, and automatically now they can move their hands up and down. Their legs didn't work the way they used to. Now they're moving the way they used to. These things, once you go to the root, which is your soul, and you heal these experiences, the body follows suit. You know, some people like to try to heal the body and don't heal the soul. And what that healing does, it's just temporary. It's temporary. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a big old sore. You know, If you, and there are things that you can put the saw on, and like those small scrapes and what have you. But once there's a damage to the soul, it needs a soul healing, not just a physical healing. Because you have people who they have cancer and then they do chemotherapy, it disappears, go in remission for like a year, then it show back up full flown because they didn't heal the soul. They didn't heal the root of that problem. And what these sessions does is it heals the soul so that ailment doesn't happen. We have testimonies upon testimonies that we can use and vouch for, and these people can come on and tell you about their experiences as well. But we kept it to this little small because we don't want to keep everybody all night. And there's only a certain amount of those squares we could zoom in and take a look at people's faces, But the ones that we chose are the ones that we felt as if would give an amazing review, and also one that's very straightforward, straight to the point review. And I want to thank y'all again. Thank y'all healers for taking the call up. Thank you for doing this. You didn't have to. You could have stayed in your 3D dimensional world where you just, go to work, take your children, get into love relationships, get a little heartbreak, go back to work, make some money, feel halfway successful, and that's it. But you're here and doing the work. Even you participants, your clients, you're also doing the work, and that's amazing. You didn't have to do it, but you're doing it. And we want to say thank you. And thank you all for coming on tonight. I want to say a good night for y'all who are listening to this YouTube channel. If you are watching, you could hit the like button. Not only can you hit the like button, but you could also subscribe, right? And what we're going to do is with the permission of some of the people on this live, if we get their permission, we will post their session onto my YouTube so that you nosy mother scuns can watch their session. That's right, I caught it, I said it out. You nosy, so you want to know. I get it. All right. We're going to see how we can work it out so you guys can be able to be all nosy up and see what's going on with these people's lives. And thank y'all again. Thank y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. You could have been anywhere, but you choose to be here with us. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. As you know, it's your boy Astro. And the next time, it will be another one. All right, y'all. Be safe.